Okay. All right. Well, welcome to Xeikon's Innovation Center here in Chicago, Illinois. Hope that you're all having a great show so far. I know it's the last day. Hopefully it's been very productive for everyone there in Atlanta. Today at the Xeikon Innovation Center, we're going to be showing off the Xeikon CX500 dry toner digital production press. So just a little bit about the CX500. This is a 5-color dry toner press. The toner that we use is just a polymer, so therefore it is also a food-safe press. The toner itself can be used in applications where you may have direct food contact. One of those applications that we like to feature are cups. It's a 1200 by 3600 DPI engine, and it can run at a top speed of just under 100 feet per minute or 30 meters per minute. Today we're running a pressure-sensitive label substrate. This is a paper label, and we're showing a very unique application that can be done on the Xeikon. Now, the Xeikon features what we call full rotary technology. So we have basically an unlimited frame size or print length. We can put in a file of up to 150 feet and be able to print that in one pass. And we can actually stack multiple of those together to be able to get unlimited print length. And what we're showing today is a product that is part of our X800 workflow called VariLane. So as you may see, we have we're running a 20-inch wide web. And on our rewinder, we are slitting that into two separate webs. But you'll notice that the print size or the repeat size of the labels that we're printing are different on both sides of the web. This is a feature of VariLane and of X800 that allows us to take two completely separate layouts that do not have a common repeat size, and we can use X800's VariLane feature to make the most use of that 20-inch wide web, giving us the maximum productivity of the CX500 when we're running a 20-inch web. So the example that we're running today is a spirit bottle label. And this would be an example of running a label that, while they're common to the product, one may be a label for a bottle and one may be labeling for packaging. So again, this is really an extreme example of variable data is what I wanted to say, in that, again, because Xeikon has developed the X800 RIP that controls our CX500, both the software and the hardware are tightly integrated, allowing us to do what you see right here, where we're running, again, two completely different repeat sizes on one web, slitting those at our rewinder, so that those can then be taken offline for finishing. But again, we're making the most use of the web in being as productive as we can with this job. So again, this is a 1200 by 3600 DPI engine. We're currently running it on a white media, so we're only using 4 colors, our process colors, but it is a 5-color engine. So we do have the ability to put white toner in the engine if we're going to be running on, say, a clear media. We also have the ability to swap out that 5th color with a spot color. So we do have gamut expansion colors. If you're trying to hit a specific brand color, then we can also put in a red, a green, a blue, or an orange. And we also have security toners, such as a clear that fluoresces under UV light, so that you can do security applications that require that. And because it is a 1200 to 3600 DPI engine, doing things such as microtext or guilloches are also things that you can do natively in your artwork, again, just for additional security features. Now, I'd like to show you a little bit about the actual equipment setup that we have here. So what you're seeing right now is our Xeikon CX500 print engine, and that is being fed by the Xeikon PMS large integrated unwinder. So at the very back of the engine here, we have our integrated unwinder, and this is a unwinder that does speak directly to the software that we'll take a look at in just a little bit. So the operator always knows what's happening back here, how much media is left. And if the operator needs to do certain procedures like doing a splice to change the media or to put on a new roll, that can all be handled in software and has guidance to help new operators do exactly the right steps to get a new roll on. The jumbo unwinder can handle a roll of up to 60 inches in diameter and up to 1,800 pounds, and there's a lift on the back of that to make roll swaps very easy, as well as a splice table right here so that you can easily change out rolls, attach one to the other, and be up and running in no time. Now, the unwinder feeds into the CX500 dry toner press. It first goes through an active aligner. This active aligner is going to look at the edge of the web and make sure that the web is consistently going in the same position in web direction, so that when we do finish labels on the other side, that they will be always in the same place registration-wise, so that we have no problems during finishing. After the unwinder, it feeds in through our print medium conditioning unit. And one of the other things I'd like to mention is with the Xeikon dry toner technology, we don't require any special top coats specific to Xeikon technology. Generally, most of the medias we run here in the Innovation Center have just a typical flexo top coating. And we don't, again, like I said, we don't have any specific top coat needs for this. Most flexo top coats work great. So you don't have to have multiple medias. You know, maybe if you're running a traditional shop and a digital shop, you can generally share medias between two engines. After we go in through the print medium conditioning unit, we feed into the press itself. So as I was mentioning, we are running a 4-color job right now. And if we take a look inside, you can see the dosing units that feed toner to the print engine. The web feeds up, so it's going from the bottom to the top here. So the first thing that it sees is our white toner unit. We're not using that right now because we are running white media. If I wanted to swap this out for a spot color, I could easily do that. It takes about 10 minutes to change out the toner and the developing unit and put in a new color. And then the press will then image yellow, cyan, magenta, and black. If the press does need toner at any point during a run, a couple of things will happen. First off, the flashing yellow or flashing white light you see up there will turn yellow, so that at a distance, the operator knows the press is looking for attention. So generally, when it's looking for attention, it's going to want toner. And what will also happen then is on the side here, this panel will light up with the toner requested. So if it's looking for magenta, it will show an M. All I have to do at that point is grab a bottle of toner, shake it up, and put it in the dosing unit. And I can do that while the engine is running to make sure that we maintain as much productivity on the press as we can. So I never need to stop the engine to fill toner. I can keep that run going for as long as I have media. After we have imaged, then we'll move into the fusing section. So on our CX500 simplex engine, we are using a heat and pressure to fuse the toner to the media itself. After the toner has been fused to the media, we do go through a spectrophotometer, which is a standard feature of Xeikon engines. So the spectrophotometer is going to read a control strip. And what that's going to allow us to do is it's going to help us maintain densities and maintain linearization of the print from the beginning to the end of our run. So what that means is that as we're printing, what we started printing and what we end printing are going to be identical in color to make sure there are no variances between the front to the end of the run, also from run to run. So if we come and reprint this months down the line, we should be able to repeat that color very easily. From there, because we are using a roll-fed engine, we do also have the ability to put other finishing devices in line. So depending on what the production environment for your shop is, you can either go just to a rewinder as we're doing here, but we also offer things such as inline finishing or varnishing. We offer a Xeikon web varnishing module if you'd like to put down aqueous or UV coating in line to have labels that are ready to go for finishing. Here with our dual core rewinder, we additionally here have another active aligner. That's going to make sure that as we feed into our slitting station, that the web will not vary in direction. And then, like I said, because we're running the VariLane feature of X800 today, we are slitting this web into 2 lanes so that, again, those 2 completely different repeat labels can then be taken to finishing, and we're getting the maximum productivity out of the CX500 when we're running a 20-inch web. The next thing that I want to give you a little bit of an overview of is the software that the operator will use to control the CX500. This consists of 2 pieces of software that you'll see right here. On the left-hand side is MyPress. This is going to be the operator's interface to the engine. And on the right-hand side is X800. Now, X800 is the software that's doing all the magic to make this non-standard repeat size work. And we'll show you how that happens in just a second here. Let me show you my screen. So the first thing that I'm going to show you right now is MyPress. So MyPress, as I mentioned, is the operator's interface to the engine. At a glance, I can see right away anything that I might need to know about how my engine is doing and how the print is doing. So for example, I talked about that integrated unwinder. That's up here where I can see how much media I actually have left on the roll. And that'll help me determine if I'm going to have enough media for a run or if I'm going to have to change out at some point. I can also see the status of my toner. If I'm full of toner or if a dosing unit is looking for toner, it will let me know here and give me a warning. Under the cruise control section, this is that spectrophotometer. So if I am running those control steps during my print run, this will at a glance let me know if everything is okay. So today it's letting me know that, hey, it's happy, I've done my daily maintenance. And you can see I've get a green star there. The same thing will happen if I'm running those control strips. I will get a green star letting me know that my densities and my linearization are okay. If something is off, that color will change. And then again, I can see right away from a distance, maybe something's wrong that I need to take a look at. Finally, I also have a print quality section here, and that's just adjustments I can make on the fly if I'm seeing any issues with my print quality. The heart of a Xeikon engine, though, is X800. So this is our workflow or our RIP. So this is how we're going to get our files into the engine and get them ready for print. It is a hot folder-based workflow. So you're going to take your PDF is generally what we're seeing, drop that in a folder on the network or on this engine, and then the X800 will process that based on the job ticket that's associated with that folder. As we're talking a little bit about VariLane, I want to show you how I did that. So what VariLane is doing is it's taking 2 separate jobs and it's going to combine them into a master job that can then be specified for the width of your web. So here you can see I have the one front label of this gin label. And then you can also see here I have the packaging label, that black and white label that we're running on the other side of the web. So these 2 jobs were brought in from a single PDF. So you can see my one-up PDF shown at the top of the screen here. And at the bottom is my layout. Now that layout is going to be the layout for die cutting. And I am doing that entire die cut layout in X800 as well. So I'm taking that input file, I'm stepping and repeating it. My die plate is a 2x2 matrix. And then I'm also putting my gutters in there as well. So I have 1/4-inch gutters for that die plate. And finally, I'm also putting on there my eye marks. So you can see using X800 and our metadata module, which allows us to put in variable data, sequential numbering, or things like eye marks, I'm also including the eye marks right in that layout. I don't have to do any of that in prepress. All I have to give X800 is the input file. So I have both of these layouts here. I've specified how I want them to be laid out based on my die plate. I've told them how much web I have. And then using VariLane in X800, I can then take those 2 files, and as we see here, I can combine them into one master job. And that's what I was printing on the Xeikon itself. So you saw it coming out. The other great thing about MyPress is our inspector feature. So Once I have those files combined, I can then come in here and make sure that everything is just how I need it to be. Make sure that my spacing is right, make sure my eye marks are there, and just kind of take a quick look at the pages to see how those are running. So that's the brief overview of the Xeikon CX500 and the software that we use to run it, both MyPress and X800. Hopefully, you know, I appreciate you stopping by and watching the demo. If there's any questions, feel free to ask me, or any of the associates on the booth there will be able to answer any of the questions you might have. And I hope that the rest of your day there at Printing United goes well. Any questions or?
Hold on, Ryan.
All right.
No questions at this time, Ryan. Good job.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Take care.
All right. Have a good day.